What's up? What's up? What's up, family? Come on in. Come on in. Y'all already know what time it is. Come on in. Come on in. I see y'all. I see y'all. I see y'all. Come on. Come on in. Y'all see? Y'all see? It's that time. It's that time. Okay, I see y'all coming in. Keisha, I see you. Missionary, I see you. April, I see you. And I see you. Come on in. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Listen. Oh, I got one for y'all tonight. We going in tonight. We going in tonight. I'm just going to wait for a few of y'all to come on. But tonight, we got to talk. We got to talk. Yeah, we got to talk. Good evening, good evening. Good evening, good evening. Luz! Hola! What's going on, Luz? All right, we're going to talk. We're going to talk. So listen, for those who are probably tuning in for the first time, this is Beyond the Robe. I am your host, Doc. Pastor D, Dantes, whatever you want to call me. Listen, for those who are watching for the very first time and may not know what Beyond the Robe is, it is a podcast that I am writing. It is a jumpstart that I am hosting. It's a jumpstart of my book that I'm writing that is called Beyond the Robe. The intent of this podcast is just to start the conversations in our homes, in our communities, our churches, our schools that we just have not had. In our community to get help, to get healed. So we're going to jump in it. Before we do that, I need you to do me a favor. Go to IG. If you got IG, go follow me on IG @ Beyond the Robe, or you can go to my YouTube page and subscribe to my YouTube page, Beyond the Robe Podcast. All right, listen, I got a good one tonight, and I think it's one that is long overdue. Hey, Miss Juanita, my girl. Man, listen, let me tell y'all, before we get into this podcast tonight, man, I see my big brother, Dante. What's going on, Brody? Before we get into this one tonight, I really believe that this topic is one that, man, all of us can relate to. All of us can relate to this. I know that most of us have heard this saying, and here it is. I'm not even 40 yet, but I'm sure those who are watching, Miss Juanita, Miss Gwen, Sister Willis, that's my girl, all of y'all, Luz, we've all heard this saying, right? Y'all ready? Y'all ready for it? Y'all say it with me, all right? Y'all ready for it? What happened in this house? Come on, finish it in the comments for me. G Spitter, finish it in the comments. I'm not even going to finish it. What happened in this house? Let me see it in the comments. Come on, I know y'all know it. Come on. Come on, talk back to me tonight. I know y'all know it. What happened in this house? What? I don't see y'all talking. That's it. Stays in this house. Stays in this house. Man, we've all heard it. We've all heard it. We've all heard it. What happens in this house stays in this house. Now, here's why there are pros and cons to that statement. What happened in this house stays in this house. The good thing is you learn how to keep family business to yourself, right? Hey, that's your business. Nobody need to know your business. There's a bond that you learn to create because of it. There's a reverence that you have of your parents because of it, right? Because most of our parents, that's what happened in this house stays in this house. You don't go repeat nothing that go on in this house, especially if you're big in the church community. Oh, man. Come on. Sister Willis is on here. That's my girl. She's a member at Blessed Hope. I got Shiki, a member of Inner City. We all come from Corinthian. Like, if you're big in the church community, oh, you better not tell family business. No, whatever go on in the church, better not have an inkling. Your house is like quiet. The church better not have an inkling of what's going on in your house. And not even just in the church sense. There are so many families who have so much going on in the house, and that's how we was raised. Hey, what happens in here, stay in it. Don't you go telling absolutely nothing. Here's why it's dangerous. It's dangerous because what happens is we begin to hurt when things hurt us. Because we were trained, molded, and equipped not to talk about these things, right? So since a little kid on up, you're told, don't you go back and repeat that. You hear your grandmother on your phone, you hear your dad on your phone. Don't you go back and repeat that. You better not do as I say. Come on, y'all, talk to me. Not as I do. Don't go back and repeat that. And things in life can happen that causes you to suffer on the inside because from an infant on up, you were trained to keep your mouth closed. Keep your mouth closed. So watch this. What happened when real life situations happen in the house that has caused trauma, hurt, or harm to you, and now you have to suppress those things because what happens in this house stays in this house. We're going to talk tonight. Listen, I want to get real with it because what I believe is if you get real with it, you can deal with it. If you really get real with your issues, and a lot of times we have to come face to face with our demons. If you can get real with it, you'll be able to deal with it. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. But what I know is I'm a broken man that needed to get healed from some things, and that's how I'm able to try to help somebody else. Real life happened to us, and most of the time it happened in our own homes, in our own families, and we've been programmed not to say anything. Don't say nothing. No, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. All right. I remember growing up. My family unit was strong, but it was always off, right? It was always off. Many of you know my story. You guys know that I was born in the 80s. Most children born in the 80s, man. My brother just came on here, William Beasley, man. Will, that's my brother, man. Most children who were born in the 80s, they are a product of an addict parent. Most of us. The crack epidemic was real big in the 80s, right? Most of us who were born in the 80s have parents who either was on drugs when we were born, got on drugs after we were born, or struggled or dabbed in drugs. Most kids in the 80s, okay? And for me, although my family was solid, we were strong, we was tight, there were a lot of things that I saw that just didn't add up. There were things that had happened, and it was like, this ain't right. But we were programmed at a very young age to say nothing about it. So I remember growing up, and my family were very big in the church. I'm talking about my family was really big in the church. My grandmother was our church clerk for 40 plus years. She was our church clerk. My dad was a deacon. And my mother was the choir director. My brother played the drums. I directed the young adult choir. My uncle directed the male chorus choir. I mean, we were very, very active in our church. And because of that, there were things that would take place in our family that we couldn't tell nobody about. Because we were the Smith family. We were this noble family. Mother Smith, or Sister Smith at the time, was this big titer, big singer. You know, you don't talk about the family business. It ain't nobody's business that she had children that were on drugs. You didn't talk about that. It wasn't nobody's business that she had a child that was locked up at the age of 21 or 22. We're talking early 70s, maybe late 60s, and still is incarcerated to this day. Like, these are things that we don't talk about. We don't talk about. Oh man, can we really get real in it tonight? Now, wait. Before I go spilling out all my family secrets, I want to ask y'all, and I want y'all to be serious with me tonight, right? Because somebody need to be helped. Are we gonna be real tonight? Just in the comments, I need somebody to talk back to me and tell me, yeah, we gonna be real tonight. Talk back to me. I need to see it, because I ain't about to just be spilling out. I need some participation here. I want somebody to get help, but I want to know that I ain't alone, because I already know I'm not. We all got some family secrets. But are we going to be real tonight? Come on, talk to me in these comments. Talk to me. Lou said, let's get real. My family was the same. We did. Okay, let's get real. Let's get real. Okay. That's it. Only 3 people want to get real tonight. It's 24. Why? Only 3 people want to get real tonight. Come on, y'all. Talk to me. Come on, talk to me. Because we about to get real. Because the truth of the matter is, here's the truth. The truth of the matter is, we have to keep it real. Man, too many of us have suffered. We have suffered because we want to put a mask up. Come on, you mean to tell me all of these people and only 3 people gonna tell me we can keep it real? Come on now, talk to me. I ain't moving on until I see, are we getting real tonight? Are we getting real tonight? Cuz say, let's get real. Come on, talk to me. Now, I be shouting y'all out. I be seeing y'all shouting out my folks, and and ain't nobody gonna talk back to me. Speak the truth so they can walk in the truth. That's it. Walk in the truth. Say it. The truth of the matter is, come on, baby. So listen, here's the truth. I seen so much in my household. I seen things I should have never seen. Things I should have never seen. Here it is. We're this model Christian family, right? We're at church on Sundays. We're at Bible study on Wednesday, choir rehearsal on Thursday, youth ministry on Saturday. I mean, we're all into the church. But there were some things that just didn't add up. Let's go here. Okay. This how real we about to get, because y'all playing with me tonight, and I don't like it. Y'all too quiet for me in these messages. I don't like it. I know some of y'all got big name families in the city, so y'all want to keep quiet because y'all don't want people to know that y'all family got secrets. Hey, you can fool them. Every family got some issues that they dealt with. Y'all were just good at covering up y'all issues, but I'm being free. I'm free. Now let me go spiritual. Who the Son set free. Free indeed. Now watch this. I got a house full of saved folk. My addiction to sex and porn didn't just come from a feeling. It came because I found some porno tapes in this same house. Okay. We all saved. What is this tape doing in here? Let me pop this one in. Some of them were homemade. Okay. See, this is what I'm saying. See, y'all don't want to get real. Do you know how traumatizing it is for a young man to find the tape? And y'all don't want to get real. And they wonder why I always want to put up a camera. No. Y'all don't want to get real. Come on. Can we get real tonight? Do you know how traumatizing it is for a young man in the Lord? I'm growing in the Lord. I was minding my own business looking for a recorded tape of Bobby Jones' gospel. And all what I found, my. It wasn't Bobby Jones' gospel, and it wasn't G.E. Patterson. Hey, in a saved house, right? These are things that we learn from in our house. My father was a deacon, and say every family had a box full of those VHS porn. Come on, they did. I don't know why y'all play. Listen, they did. So here it is. My father was a deacon, and I always thought it was so funny because my father, hardest working man I know. My dad worked, and when I say he worked. That's all I seen him do was work. He worked, slept, went to church, came home from church, went to sleep, went to work, came home from work, went to sleep, woke up, went to church, went to sleep. I mean, that's all Dad did, right? But Dad was a smoker. But I never understood. Here's what I saw. I saw my father purchase the cigarettes. I would see him go in the store and buy the cigarettes, but I never seen him smoke it. Right? Which is a good thing because he was, no secondhand smoke. You got children. Mom was dealing with cancer. So I don't know where he ever smoked the cigarettes at. I saw him purchase them, but I never seen him smoke it. But that was something that the church folk, no, you didn't smoke. You didn't, no. He wasn't one of them members like y'all do now go and have a smoke while the pastor preaching on the church grounds. No, not the good deacon. No, we didn't do those things, right? And then you get into the deep family secrets like, who is that? Oh, no, that's just your family. My family? Well, who? I mean, I know my uncle Ronnie. I know my uncle Kenny. I know my uncle Sidney and Stanley, and I know my. So who is that? I know all my. Who? Oh, that's your family. Well, who is the family? Well, they don't want nobody to know that granddaddy done had all these kids, right? See, y'all, are we gonna get real? No, they don't know. Sister Smith husband had children. Not Sister Smith with the big hat, sing in the choir, give all this good money, got this big loving family, and her husband out here creeping and had children. We don't want nobody to know. And then this is what happened. This is what happened in our families. We see this often. The church, your friends, everybody know the perfect picture family, right? This picture perfect family of the husband, the wife, and the 3 children. And then when they die, you got 7 children sitting on a row. You're like, well, wait a minute. Who is that? You read the obituary, and everybody got the last name Johnson. But then you got Smith and Jones and Robinson, and you like, wait, hold on, who's all these children? Because we didn't talk about the outside affairs, and we didn't talk about those things. We didn't talk about those things. We didn't talk about how we are noble. For those of you family are in politics and things like that. We didn't talk about that because we got to be seen upright. And they're on flyers and on billboards and all of this stuff. But they don't talk about how when they get home, the children hearing the parents going back and forth. I have a friend. Can we get real? Because I'm about to get real. I have a friend who said his stepfather called his mother a bitch so much that he literally thought it was his mother's nickname. That's real. His mother was called a bitch so much he thought it was his mother's nickname. He thought it was his, you got a nickname, Richards is called Dick. So, Dick. What's up, Dick? You got some people who nickname like Sissy. Like, oh, that's Sissy. Hey, Sissy, So, he did not equate bitch to being derogatory because there are other nicknames that are not so proper. He really thought bitch was his mother's nickname. And she was big. Man, she was known. She was well known in politics. But verbally abused at home. Verbally abused at home. But you would never know it. You know why? Because what happens in this house stays in this house. And here is the problem. Here's the problem. We hurt behind it, y'all. We hurt behind it. How is it? Ooh, can I get so raw with y'all? Listen. Let me tell you. My family put my grandmother, it was my brothers and them boys was, listen. I tell people all the time, don't try me. I'm telling you, don't try me. People try me because I'm the nice one. I'm the pastor. I'm the giving one. I'm the loving one. I'm telling you, you do not want to try me. You do not. Listen, it is a gazillion of us. If you were at my grandmother's funeral, if you're at my grandfather's funeral, if you read the obituary, Gene Smith leaves 7 children. I'm one of 34 grandchildren. My children is 2 of 70 great-grandchildren and 8 great-great-grandchildren. That was 2 years ago. There's been more babies added to the family. And that's just my grandmother. That's not including her other 9 siblings who have children and grandchildren. Just her family unit. 34 grands, 70 great-grands, 70 grands, 8 great-grands. Don't play with me. But people always want to try me. But them brothers of mine. And 2 mamas. I tell people all the time, if you really want to get your head knocked off, come for me. And watch both mamas knock your head off. Anywho, listen. We're this big family, right? We're this Christian family. I saw so much that I should have never seen in my house. Now, why is he saying that? Why is he telling that? Why? That's family. That's the problem. So many of us want to fake like our families is perfect, like we're not dealing with issues, and we're growing up having children. And because of what we saw, we thought it was normal because we couldn't get help for our trauma and the issues. So now we subject our children to that mess. So everybody got mental health issue. Everybody jacked up and need to go sit on the couch and see a therapist. And by the way, let me thank all of y'all who heard me shout out my therapist and then went and booked with her, and now I can't even get an appointment with her. I told her, say, look, you get any new therapists, ask them if I referred, and if they tell you that I referred them on my podcast, make them wait until I get an appointment, please. But big ups for wanting to get help, all right? But listen, seriously, my family unit, I saw a lot of things, right? My grandmother is this big woman in the church. My mother is the big choir director and everything. Daddy this deacon. And here's what I saw. I saw my parents' house raided by the FBI. Now watch this. Watch this. Glory be to God, they didn't find anything. But these are things, don't you go. The church folks, but man, what? What? Raided? Guns and dogs and beds turned over and dressed. What? Man, the church better not know. They better not know nothing of that was happening. Not in Sister Smith's house, because we're the Smith family. We're noble. We got the best house on the block, the prettiest flowers, and the best looking house on the street, inside and out. But as a kid, when you see things like this, and you see a police put a gun to your mother's head because she picked up her camera and he didn't know what it was, when you see dogs and things in your house, and look, it traumatizes you. And guess what? You're programmed as a kid not to say nothing about it. I'm hurting. I'm lost. I'm lonely. We need help. You can't say nothing about it. How is it? Let me listen. Can I be real transparent? Can I be real transparent? Okay? Listen. My family didn't just have drug addicts in it. Cause y'all family got some druggies too. See, y'all fake for the book, and y'all go on y'all vacations and have y'all holidays and stuff. Y'all auntie and them, they on them drugs too. Your mom and them, they didn't hit the. Come on. Not only did we have drug addicts, but we had some, y'all know what I'm trying to say, right? As a kid who is trying to live right, do right, be different, you'll be surprised at some of the things that I've seen. Not only did I see family members who was on drugs and smoked the dope, I saw family members who cooked it. I seen it cooked. I seen it formed. I seen it weighed. I seen it chopped. I seen how water was made and how you have to dip the cigarette a little bit. Dip it, but don't let it soak to absorb the tobacco. Man, what? Get real. We have seen and experienced some stuff in our life that will jack us up. And we're programmed. I'm good. Hey, God bless you. Oh, all is well. And on the inside, we're dying. We're dying. We're dying. Can y'all relate? Let's get into some comments. Let me go up. Let's get into some comments. I'm going to go up, kind of read a little bit. And let's get into some comments a little bit. We had them, Doc. Okay. Tiffany say, oh, we were just minding our business. Yeah. April said, everyone in my family smoked. Deacons and mother. We were very smart children looking for stuff. Listen, for sure, children, they need to explore. So a lot of times we stumble across stuff. We don't know where we look. We're just stumbling across stuff, right? Aaron said, mama, that ain't my uncle. Whoa, my goodness. Now, that's the one thing we did. Now, there is some family secrets, though. There is some family secrets. No, for real. Let's see. Okay, I'm just reading through some comments. My mama on here. Ellen Burks, that's my mama, y'all. That's my other mama. I got a lot of them. Ooh, did I do that on live? That's all right. I'm not editing out. Excuse me. Sorry. My cousin watching all the way from New York, cousin Marva. Oh, my mom is on here. Okay, yeah. So we're looking. Yeah. All right. I'm just looking at some comments. I'm just trying to get a feel for who on here. What's up? You know, we gonna talk. We gonna be real. Miss Juanita said your family is not the only one. Amen. Judy says, being an addict in recovery, I've had to completely distance myself from family. They all use, some form of drugs. I love them and pray for them, but God rescued me. Amen. 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 My cousin Marva says, wow, you done seen something. It just made, yeah. Oh, yeah, it made me stronger, cuz. Okay. April. Hey, April says my mom had been on and off drugs my entire life. Yeah, definitely. I've seen that. My mom, Kathy, say I still talk about it because the main one tried to get the heat off for them. Yeah, for sure. For sure. April says I also found soft porn as a kid in the house, maybe 10 or so. And that was also what started my addiction as well. April, listen, the porn I saw wasn't soft. You heard me? Listen. What? I'm talking about, no, seriously. But we don't talk about this kind of stuff. And the reason why we don't talk about this kind of stuff is we're too ashamed. We're too ashamed, right? We're too ashamed. Let me see. Yeah. So we're too ashamed to talk about it because who wants, being in the church, who wants to go and say, hey, I found some porn, it stimulated me, and I like it, and now I'm addicted to it? No. And April, God bless you, because they spared you. You saw soft. I was just hardcore. Look out. Geronimo! No. So you deal with these things, right? These are things that you see and you deal with. What about, now this is a big one, y'all. This is a big one. When you're active in the church and find out that somebody in your family is sleeping with somebody in the church. That's a big one. Mama, What is Deacon Otis doing over here? Boy, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. You know what? Why is he? Why is he in his drawers drinking orange juice out the refrigerator like he live here? What is, who in the world? These are real life issues, right? And then I remember, I remember growing up, and my grandmother was always a beautiful woman. She was always a beautiful woman. If you known her, pretty skin, pretty hair, pretty smile, dressed very well, always smelt very well. Even being a heavier woman, she was just a beautiful woman. I mean, she was just always a beautiful woman. And I would see men hit on my grandmother. I would literally see men, try to get at my grandmother. And it would frustrate me because I'm like, first off, she ain't dating. No, she too old. Now, mind you, back then she was only like 65. No. Hey, y'all, get on, go, man, go about your business. Leave my grandmother alone. But I would see, and I remember seeing men in the church married men after my grandmother in the church, or they would say things like she would sing, and if y'all knew Jean Smith, y'all knew Jean Nate Smith, when she stood up and opened up her mouth, she was singing with power and conviction with the Holy Ghost. And I mean, that woman would sing, and we would be leaving, and I would hear deacons and people say little stuff like, "Ooh, Sister Smith, you got me roused up today." And she would, my grandmother had a way when she was ignoring you, little stuff. They would walk in her office at the church. She was a church clerk. They would walk in her office. And I was always in and out. I was my grandma's baby, and I would just hear little stuff like, you show, I love to see your legs when you march in that choir. Like, what? Are you kidding me? And then go sit next to their wife like that. And I'm just like, what is going on? And my grandmother, you just shut your mouth. That's what you just shut your mouth. Don't you worry about it. I ain't worried about it. You don't be worried about it. But it's like, well, grandma, Dickens such and such. I'm still waiting on the date. This is a true story. My mama gonna get me. Mama Burke said, all them husbands. Come on. I never forget. My mother gonna get me for sharing this, but grandma going to glory. I can hear my grandmother right now saying, Dantes, I can't believe you told them that. Yes, I'm telling it, grandma. If you could hear me, grandma, I am telling it. I'm telling it. Now, I won't call his name, but I'm gonna say what I heard him say. We was leaving out of church one day. My grandmother always, y'all, she was known for her hats and just look good. And I remember a deacon coming up to my grandmother. Hey, Jean. And she, hey, how you know? And they talking. And I heard him say, because Viagra worked for me. Traumatizing. And I'm like, wait a minute. Did you just tell my grandmother that Viagra worked for you? Deacon. And I was just like, what is going on? But these are things that we see and we keep quiet. And y'all know I always got to throw some jokes in it. But the truth of the matter is, too many of us have lived these secret lives. And we live these lives of what happened in the house. Stay in the house. We live, and it's not healthy. So what happens, y'all? And now my mother say, I remember that. And she know exactly who I'm talking about. He gone to glory too. Amen. Let his mansion be far around the corner from my grandmother's. Don't be trying to sneak in the back door. Come on, somebody. What happens when what happens in this house gets worse? What happens when what happens get worse? What you mean get worse? What happened when you're now violated? When that cousin says, hey, let's play house. And I'm the mom and you're the dad. And we got the pillows. The bears, that's the children. And these are our kids. And house turns to nighttime. And it's time for mommy and daddy, the husband and the wife, to go to bed. And now you're up under the sheets getting touched. Oh, man. Do y'all really want to get real tonight? Because the truth of the matter is a lot of things happen in our homes and in our families that we kept covered for so long that we should have got help for. There are so many adult women who deprive their husbands sexually because they're too ashamed to say that their father used to touch them. Their father used to fondle them. And because they don't want to talk about it, they don't want to mess up the family image. They don't want to take their father's name. They never got the help for the trauma they experienced, and now they're taking it out on their husbands who love them and adore them and have given the right and authority to fondle their wives, to love their wives' body, to caress their wives, make love to their wife's body. And the wife is stopping them because it's a trigger when you, as my husband, come up behind me and fondle me like you should be able to do, because it makes me think about when my daddy would come home drunk and touch me. Come on, man. Come on. These things happen. And then a lot of times, it's told, but they're told to keep your mouth closed. There are a lot of wives right now who struggle sexually to please their husband because of something they uncle or they daddy or another man in their household then done to them. And now they can't even be free in their own marriage because they never got the trauma because of a family secret they didn't want out. Y'all, it's time to break those cycles, y'all. It's time to break those chains, y'all. It's true. It happens. I remember years ago being in school, and there was a big investigation because there was a young man who was coming to school late. And they pulled him in the office to call home because he was about to get expelled. They were about to bring child services involved. And when asked, this is a true story, and when asked, why is he always late? His reply was, because every morning I'm fighting with my grandmother to not perform oral sex on her. Y'all, it's real. It's real. It's real. Let's read some comments. Let's read some comments. Miss Juanita said my son would have went off. Man, what? Judy said been through it. Praying for you. That's it. Or even another child. April says, I know women who disclose past abuse to their significant other and had it used against them so they don't tell the next man out of the fear of... Wow. That's deep. That's deep. So now you have a battle, right? You have a battle of... Do I tell and have it used against me? Or do I tell and be ashamed and stain the family name? That's deep. To confide in somebody and they turn around and use the very thing that you confided in them on. That's deep. That's deep. That's deep. Yes, and it swept under the rug because it was done by... Listen, I can't tell you how many people in their personal life have experienced some type of molestation or abuse by another young relative, and the response is, well, they were just kids. They didn't know what they were doing. They do. They do. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Let's see. Let me read some more comments. Yeah. They know exactly what they're doing. And they'll say things like, well, you know, they ain't got no home training. Home training ain't got nothing to do with their hands in my pants. Home training is they don't know to push the chair back up under the table after they're done eating. Home training means they don't know to take their plate and scrape the food off that you're done with, rinse it, and put it in the sink to be what? That's home training. Taking off your shoes when you come in so you're not walking in the house tracking dirt and spit and gum or whatever you done stepped in. Them having their hands in my pants ain't got nothing to do with home training. But we don't talk about these things. We don't talk about them. We don't want to get help for these things. So why the podcast tonight, Doc? Why? Because I believe in my heart that there are so many people who have dealt with a lot of these issues and never said anything about it. Sister Willis said a lot of times when they tell, nobody believes them, so they keep quiet. I've been there, Sister Willis. I've been there. I've been there. I've been there. I understand completely. Who gonna believe me? Or you tell and it's like, no, they didn't. There was a family, not my family. There was a family where a young man came out and said that another family member made him perform fellatio. The brawl in the family was so great. The split in the family was so great because no, they didn't. He wouldn't do that. Yeah, they just lie. You know, he not all he do is lie and blah 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 blah. Child never got the help he should have got behind that. It's the small things in life that can truly make big effects in our adult life. The smallest thing that happened to you as a child can affect a big part of your adult life. We gotta get the help, y'all. We gotta get the help. Let me read some more comments. Oh, Lou say learn behavior. Now, let's go. Let's do this. Hurt people. Come on, finish it for me. Hurt people hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. So when she say learn behavior, yeah, they're only doing what they saw or possibly what was done to them. Because hurt people hurt people. But watch this. Ooh, this is a good point. And we're gonna get ready to end. This was a good. This was good tonight, right? This was good tonight. I think some people needed to hear this. I hope it frees some people. I hope it causes some people to go get help. I hope it causes some people to go get help. But watch this. Hurt people hurt people. But y'all ready? Healed people heals people. If you stay hurt, you'll hurt others. But when you get healed, you can learn to heal others. And that's why these podcasts and these episodes are here to encourage you, because I've been hurt before. Thank God I'm healed from some things, right? There's still some other things that I gotta kind of get healed from and get over and work through. But in the process of you healing, you can tell somebody else, hey, come on and go get you a therapist. Come on, talk to somebody. Come on, get back in church. Come on, let's be free. Heal people can start to heal people. So, all right, listen, that's all I got tonight. That's all I got. It was a great topic tonight. I hope you all truly got something out of this, and most of all, it encouraged you to go get some help. It encouraged you to go talk about something. Go break some chains. I want to see marriages whole, right? I want to see some wives go get help, so they can be more loving and intimate with their husbands. I want to see some husbands go get help so they can lay up just a little bit, because, man get molested and he like a jackrabbit on his wife. She be crip walking every day because she can't, all right, he might need to get a little help. Not a lot. Don't get too much, bruh. Just a little, all right? Let up off of her. 5 days a week is good. You don't need the whole 7. 5 out the week is good. You don't need the whole 7, but 5 is good. Anything under 5 is just totally disrespectful. All right, but let's get some help. Let's get some help. Go see a therapist. Go talk to somebody, because these family secrets, they crush us. They crush us, and we look up 15, 20 years later, and we're still dealing with trauma that we never told anybody. All right. So that's it. That's all I got for you tonight. Thank you for watching. Next week, we're going to have another good one for you. But y'all know what it is, don't y'all? It's Friday. Y'all know what that is? Date night. That's right. I am out. I'm about to go out and get me a drink of water. And, get myself prepared for the weekend. So y'all be safe, stay blessed,